Welcome back to another episode of the Chemotherapy Podcast. Episode 11. You already know. We got some things to talk about. Yes. Number 11. We gonna keep it going. This ain't for everybody. Either you gonna love me or you gonna hate me. There's no in between. Hope everyone enjoyed their weekend. Hope everyone was safe out there. Yes. Vibe with me. I'm writing prescriptions. Sunday vibes. But on Monday we collide. Got a special guest in the building today. Yes. Vibe with me. You feeling that?
Yes.
I'm feeling that. We're gonna make it do what it do. It is what it is. And it's gonna be what it's gonna be. I am your host, Mo Price, aka Chemo. Get to it. It's about that time. Be sure to hit the subscribe button and that like button. It really helps out a lot. Thank you.
Thank you.
But I got a special guest here with me today.
Yes.
None other than my mama. Happy Mother's Day to all. Happy Mother's Day to you, Mama.
Thank you very much.
It's my love, my heart. And since it's Mother's Day, we're going to go ahead and do what we got to do. This for you, Mama.
Thank you.
Here it is. It's a special dedication right here. Believe that. Miss Pamela Price, call you. I love you. You the greatest. Believe that. I'm blessed. Yes. 9/26/77, you gave birth to your first son upon this earth, along with a daughter that came first, like 2 years ahead. Smiles comforting your arms, hospital bed. Your little girl Daphne, boy Greg. I know it was hard work keeping us both fed, but you and Pops did a hell of a job with the 2 blessings that was given from God. I applaud. I remember all the road trips, amusement parks. Not only time you gave us your heart for so long. Active sports right there cheering us on. Even stopped and copped the Sawapa before we reached home. I remember like it was yesterday, bringing joy to my heart, plus a tear in my face. I love you, and I'll never let no one disrespect you. I love you. Hey, let me say it again. I love you. Thinking back on my teenage days, thought I was grown, mopping off. I was wrong, but you still held on. You and Pops didn't work out. That's God's plan. It takes a hell of a woman to raise a boy to a man, but you get it. I might have strengthened you. Wisdom, knowledge, achievements, everything you do. Go to my knees, bow my head and thank the heavens. man that I am today. I thank you. Everything that you done for me, I'm grateful. I can never pay you back for all the things you done. But just know that I take pride in being your son. My first love to the day that I'm gone. I love you. I can never say it enough, mama. I love you. I love you.
I love you. Pamela Price Carter, the greatest. I'm so
Yes. Happy Mother's Day again, Mama.
Thank you.
Love you.
That is a song that Chemo wrote probably 4 or 5 years ago. And it's a song that's dear to my heart, and I love it. And I want to also say Happy Mother's Day to all the mothers out there. It is a special day that we are acknowledged as women and as mothers, more importantly. Those that have children and those that do not still can fulfill the role of a mother. And I just want to say to each and every individual that has ever filled that role that you're loved, appreciated, and just God bless you and to continue to be that mother that he called you to be. And just enjoy the day. I hope you have enjoyed the day thus this far.
Let me see if I could hit the right button. Happy Mother's Day. Happy Mother's Day. Round of applause for all of the mothers. All of the mothers. Yes.
And I just want to say, as a mother, like I said previously, a young mother, there were things that I enjoyed about being a mother. Cleaning house, taking care of my kids, cooking, washing, the things that just brought joy to me. I would do things early in the morning like my mother taught me. Get up like 5 in the morning, cook breakfast. As soon as breakfast was done, go ahead and start dinner. And then just watch the kids as they play throughout the day. But I just liked having a clean house and seeing the children being clean and just playing and enjoying. And I would just sit and just watch my kids. That gave me joy. And it could have been the fact that I was so young, and it could have been like playing house. I love to play with dolls. That still gave me a lot of joy to do those things. Raising my kids back in the day, my children wore diapers. Yeah. I got pleasure out of folding those diapers and putting them in a diaper hamper that hung on the bed, on the baby bed. And those things just pleased me so. So to the mothers today, with those babies, you may not have to go through the diaper washing, but you have to go through the Pampers. So I can feel you, and I still hope that you enjoy spending the time with your kids.
You had to throw them things away sometime, didn't you?
After they get so old, yes.
I know accidents happen. Well, not accidents at that age.
No, you had to wash those.
That comes out too?
Yes.
Hey.
Diapers didn't get thrown away just because you had a bowel movement.
No,
they were cleaned.
I know that, but I'm just saying that. Like, continue on.
That was part of it. But as kids grow, you have to grow with them. Depending on your era and when you was raised, sometimes children would take you down path and they would teach you things that you weren't aware of. And so you have to be a parent that's willing to grow, to learn, to adjust, and to accept things, because things are not always going to be the way that you thought them should be as a parent. So I've experienced those things raising 2 kids as a child. Mm-hmm. I've experienced having friends that would come around, going with me with a small child to take them to games that a teenager would still love to do. As far as going to Jordan basketball games and going to football games, as I stated, I didn't have a stroller, so we had hips.
Yeah.
So it'd be like 4. It would be 4 or 5 of us that would walk to games, and they would take turns helping me tote Dee Dee or either tote Chemo to games and stuff, and that was just part of our life. But I just want to say to parents, there are those that need an outlet, someone that you can relate to, someone that you can trust, and someone that can be a mentor for you, regardless to your age. And my grandmama and my mother was the mentors for me. And then as I started working, there were women that I met that also became mentors, and they didn't even realize that they were mentors in my life. But one of the things my grandmama used to always say, she said, when you have children and they're small, they're on your hand. But when they get older, they're on your heart. Therefore, you never, ever release totally being responsible or feeling that need or that desire or that pain for that child, because you always wonder what's going on in my child's life. So as they grow, the pain changes. The things that you experience.
Pain change.
The pain changes.
Hey.
Whether it be your pain or their pain.
Hey, I can relate.
So those things do happen. But even when in the midst of the pain, the parents still have joy of trying to raise that child, lead, guide, and direct them in the path that they should go, or that you think they should go. So things don't always pan out the way we as a parent may think. But long as you try to give your child the best training, the best education you can, and the best upbringing, and just pray that the rest of it will come to fruition.
Oh, my bad.
Go ahead.
No, I was going. I wanted to know how was Dee Dee as a baby? Like, I'm talking about like past 1 when she started walking and talking. Like, how was she?
Well, Dee Dee was a child that they would call back in the day fast. She learned fast because she was getting out of the way for you, as they would say. When children learn to walk early, Dee Dee was like walking around 9, 10 months, crawling, getting out of the way so that she could be more helpful for you. She was a child that took on the responsibility to kind of help care for you. Mm-hmm. But I remember right after I had you, it was on a Friday. And I was still going to school, but I couldn't go to school at that point in time. But Dee Dee wanted to be the little caregiver. Mm-hmm. And every time she do something, I'm like, Dee Dee, stop. Dee Dee, stop. So by the midday, she just started crying, and she started crying, and she came to me. She said, I don't love you no more, and that old ugly baby. I
She ain't call me ugly, did she?
Yes. I want to go live with my daddy.
She ain't call me ugly, did she?
She call you that old ugly baby. But I had to learn to let her be a part of that. And then I stopped saying, Dee Dee, stop, Dee Dee, stop. I said, Dee Dee, the baby need a pacifier. Dee Dee, go get me a diaper. Dee Dee, go do this. Dee Dee, go that. And that gave her some ownership. And then things changed. But yeah, it was rough for a minute.
Okay.
But Dee Dee was a child that was independent, though. When Dee Dee started school, kindergarten, mm-hmm. I would pick out her clothes. She wouldn't want to wear what I picked out. That started early. Mm-hmm. So the rules were, you pick out your clothes at night and you wear what you picked out. But if I have to get up and they're not picked out, you wear what I picked out. So that was over. Dee Dee made sure she had her clothes picked out so that she could dress the way she wanted to dress.
I guess that's like a female thing, though, right? Because my baby like that too, you know, and as well as I know of her mother was like that too. So is that a female? I didn't care. I ain't gonna say I didn't care, but
some children are independent early and some are not. But yes, Dee Dee was that way and I was that way. I learned to fix hair, to do my own hair early because I didn't like the way my mom did my hair. So I learned how to do hair. By the time I was in 2nd grade, I could plait my hair, learn how to braid hair, and so that I could look the way that I wanted to look. But it may be a girl thing that they want to be independent quickly to be able to take care of themselves.
Okay, yeah, because my baby like that.
Yeah, Jordan is.
She like she'll even make her own. She'll make her outfit. Like,
very creative.
You talking about pick out an outfit? She'll make one.
Tell them about the time she made one with the coat upside down.
She done made so many outfits.
One morning.
She's creative like that.
Yes.
Yeah.
T-shirts.
She turned a T-shirt into a dress.
Your T-shirt.
Yeah. Anything. I'm used to it now. At first I was shocked. I was like, wow, this girl here and it be looking. I don't even be knowing it be a shirt. I'm thinking like, where y'all bought that at? I'm like, no, that's a shirt right there. She just turned it to whatever she wanted to turn it into. But how was I? I'm talking about like at the age after I started walking and talking. Young.
You were a loner. Chemo
Still is.
Well, you were a loner at that point in time. He could find little objects and sit and play by himself for hours and just be content. He didn't have to have anybody around him or anybody to play with. He was just a person that could just entertain himself and be content and move forward. Then as he got older, he was a person that thought everything had to be his way or no way.
Gunshots fired. Why you say that?
It started when you was playing Little League football. If you couldn't be the star, you didn't want to be a part of the team.
But how good was I when I played ball?
You were good. But there were others that also were good on the team.
Hey.
Yep. But he started early like, oh no, it's going to be my way or no way.
But did I not? And I can recall like it was yesterday. The position that I earned on that field. I earned my position on it. You remember I hawked that boy down?
Yes.
That boy that was about to score. I be telling people this story, but they don't be believing me. It sounds unbelievable. How far ahead was this guy?
He was like half the field ahead of you.
This dude was, and I tell people that the thing about it, I was playing defense at the time. The play took place. The guy broke through. He was gone. I'm talking about nobody, nowhere near him. He was gone. I was standing there watching the guy run down the field because I was on defense. And something in my mind, I say, you know what? I can catch this dude. I promise you. How old was I at the time?
About 7.
I was 7 years old. I always been fast. I just took off. I knew I was going to catch this dude. I don't know how I knew it. This guy was so far ahead of me, it was ridiculous. I caught this guy literally at the 1 yard line. My mama was at the game.
Yep.
Facts. I was running, and as I was running, I seen myself gaining on this guy. And in my mind, I was like, I could catch this guy. I know I'm going to catch this guy. No matter how far ahead he is. Long story short, I caught this guy at the 1 yard line, and I grabbed him by the back of his jersey and his shoulder pads and snatched him back. And he hit the ground, and he didn't score, and we won the game. Facts. Big facts.
Yeah.
There was nobody on that squad that was faster than me. I don't care what nobody say. Nobody was faster than me.
Yeah, because he could get the ball, and he would run backwards instead of going where he should be going to make the touchdown just to get ahead and do swaying and zigzagging and to get that touchdown.
They couldn't keep up with me. I run this way. They run with me. I run this way. And once I'm back coming this way, I was so fast that they would be falling behind, and I could just turn on up the field. I'm gone. Touchdown.
Yeah,
but
true.
what I'm saying is I went from a defensive player to a running back.
Safety.
I earned that. Yeah, I played safety that same year, though, that I played. That's what I'm saying, defense. I wasn't playing no offense that year. But after I ran that boy down and displayed my speed, it was on from that point on. Everybody was like, yo, them coaches was like, yo, this dude fast. After that, I played running back. I was running back every year. I ain't played no more defense after that. Facts. Gotta let a shot off for that.
Yeah, one of the things that I admired or I enjoyed doing also was keeping my kids busy, putting them into sports, things that kind of occupied their time when I could. So he played football. Didi was a cheerleader.
Played baseball too, though.
He played baseball. Didi played softball. So I kind of kept them occupied so that they didn't have as much free time and try to guide them in a way or give them something to kind of look forward to other than just being at home all the time or watching TV. So when they first started playing, there were majority white players, and there may have been one or two black on each team. But as the years went on, he would bring some of his friends. Dee would bring some of his friends. Alex brought friends. So they started bringing others. And by the end of it, it was a lot of mixed races then. And it was growing and just fun.
Yeah, I enjoyed that. Double churches.
Yes.
Double churches days.
Yep.
Yeah, eating the fries and all that from the concession stand. Yes. There was a lot of nice people out there. You know, I didn't experience, you know, as a child, you really don't know nothing about no racism and all that stuff. So it was all fun to me.
Right.
You know, you had just certain individual children that acted a certain way, but it wasn't a lot. Everybody pretty much just got along because kids only learn that stuff from their parents anyway, just to be honest. We don't come into this world being that way. It's taught to you. But we got along on the field, and we had good times together, all of us, no matter what the race. We all had fun together. So,
yeah,
that's, like I said, that stuff is taught in the home. Yeah.
I remember one summer, Dee made it to the All-Star softball team. Mm-hmm. We go to, I think it was Nashville, Tennessee. One of the grandparents rent a Greyhound bus for the whole team to be able to travel on the bus.
She had bread.
Yeah, because we was playing in Warner Robins, and they won the game that Sunday morning, and Warner Robins had to come back, wash their uniforms, get them packed, and be ready to go to the Tennessee.
Shout out to her.
Well, we rode to Tennessee, Greg, which is Chemo's them father, myself, and Chemo. Dee rode with the team on the Greyhound bus. We got there,
I know
checked
where you're
in
going
the
with this.
hotel.
I know where you're going with this. Go ahead.
We checked in the hotel, and Chemo dying to go swimming.
Yes.
Jerry Curls was in back then.
Thought I was Flipper.
Penny loafers. So Chemo and Greg go down to the pool. Mm-hmm. You're like, Chemo, you sure you can swim? Yeah, Dad, I can swim. I can swim.
Hold on. You got to add this. He had a Jerry curl.
I said
too.
he had a Jerry
you
curl
did?
and penny loafers.
Hit it!
Oh!
So they go down to the pool, and it's just them and one other lady at the pool. Chemo dive in and swim, but he wasn't paying attention to the direction that he was going, and he stopped and realized he couldn't stand, and he kind of panicked.
Yeah.
And he went down.
Right.
He came back up. He went down. There's a lady there looking. Go tell it, because you was there.
Yeah, I'm going to tell it.
Go ahead.
Hold up. See, what had happened was I did want to go swimming. I remember this day. I wanted to go swimming. We went down to the pool, yes. And it was like, you sure you can swim? And I could swim. I done been in the Bellwood pool plenty of times, swim. I wasn't like no Olympic gold medalist or nothing like that, but I could swim. I was always a short guy. Long story short, I jumped in the pool. My pops, he was fully dressed too. He had shoes and everything on, shoes. He was fully dressed. Yeah, everything. Wallet in his back pocket, all kind of shit. I'm in the pool having a good time, you know what I mean? I'm out there doing my little 1-2, you know. But I went underwater, you know, swimming underwater. And like Mama said, I wasn't realizing where I was going, what direction I was going in. So I was short. And I think I went like to the 5 feet. I wasn't even 5 feet tall. Right. But I swam to 5 feet underwater and didn't know I was in the 5 feet. So when I got tired and wanted some air and I tried to step and come up, it was a no-go for me. And I did panic. I was like, oh, I done went too far. So long story short, this guy, he had to jump in. My pops had to jump in, fully clothed, wallet, everything, Jerry curl, the whole nine. Snatched me, and he couldn't swim either. He couldn't swim either, so that was the worst part about it. He looking for somebody else to save me before he decided to jump in there. He like, can you save my son for me, nigga? I can't goddamn swim either. I made it out, as you see. I'm here today.
Yeah, they made it back up to the room. They wasn't gone a good 10 minutes. I'm looking, water dripping, Jerry curl dragging, clothes wet, and we had to still go to the game that evening.
Yeah, that was nothing the glycerin could do. It was a done deal, baby.
Nonetheless, Didi and them lost the very first game, but they still was able to stay there the whole week because of that grandmother. Had paid for the rooms for the week, had rented that Greyhound for the week. We only stayed a couple of days and went back home, but that was one of the memories that I truly, truly will never forget. Opening that door with them dripping.
But some of the better memories that I got, though, was going to New Orleans.
Yes.
We used to go to New Orleans, man. I was a little kid. How old? I was young then.
Yeah, I was like 6 and 3, 6 and 2, 6 and 4, because y'all 2.5 years apart.
Okay. No. Yeah, for real?
2.5, yeah. I got pictures of y'all.
I know, but I'm finna be 44 this year.
2.5 years apart.
DD 46?
Yeah.
Okay. All right. Well, yeah. I remember them New Orleans trips, man. That was the highlight for me. That's something that I constantly think about as an adult, too. Aunt Lily Bell. We ain't got family down there no more? I don't understand.
Her grandchild is still there. She had 2 sons, Howard and James. I don't know whether they're still alive or not.
That's what
and
I'm
Lily
saying.
Bell and Uncle Jack passed, and I haven't been back down there since Uncle Jack passed. I went down to his funeral.
And you
Lily
talking
Bell.
about some good eating, man.
Yes.
Man, and I'm a kid at the time. But I also drove trucks. And I used to go through there all the time and stop and get me something to eat. So Chicago and Louisiana. Chicago and Louisiana, some of the best food I ever had in life.
Yeah, and my aunt that he's speaking about, they fished for a living.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
And so one other trip, we went to New Orleans, like he said, that was our little annual trip. And they went out deep sea fishing, and they came back with all kinds of, you talking about jumbo shrimps? Jumbo shrimps be like this, not them little things that we're accustomed to. But the first time I ever ate boiled shrimp was they had boiled shrimps. She lined the counter with newspaper, put them hot shrimps out there, and made this paste with ketchup and stuff, and let us dip and ate and peel and ate. I like my boiled shrimps hot, not cold. Mm-hmm. And that was just awesome.
Yeah, I remember. Go ahead, my bad. Go ahead. No, I just remember her taking us to what I don't know, it was like a little market or something. Or we was buying like the crabs and stuff. They was alive. You know, you bought them alive, the lobsters and the crabs and all that stuff. And then, she took them back home and put them in that big old pot and boiled them, and they turned red. Like, yeah, I was a kid. I was really small then, but I remember that. I remember my pops too. My pops was like, he would walk. I don't know what was up with pops, but he just liked to venture out. It's like this guy he don't know shit about Louisiana. Ain't from there, but he would take me walking and go into different projects and apartment complexes and things of that nature, and end up meeting somebody in the projects or in the apartment complex and be out there smoking. I remember this vividly. And then smoking weed with somebody, and I'm his son. I'm not trying to talk bad about my father because I smoked weed once myself too. Wish I could smoke now. Ain't nothing wrong with smoking little weed. But I'm just saying, like my father, he wasn't scary or nothing. He would venture out. That's the point of me saying what I'm saying. He would venture out, and I always admired that. I was like, damn, that's bold to do, to just walk around in a place you ain't got no clue where you at. You don't know nobody but the people that you came to visit, and you would venture out and meet somebody and end up having a good time, And I was there to witness that as a little kid, and I always think about stuff like that too. Like my pops, he was, yeah. Kudos to you, man, because that's big, especially in New Orleans. That's a rough place.
Yeah. And they lived in Algiers, and it was right across the street from project, and I remember you stating that y'all would go over there in these big bugs.
Yeah, they be all over the ground. I tell people that I told Mr. Nat that, Mr. Nat from New Orleans. Mm-hmm. And he told me what those was because I never knew what they was. But yeah.
Yeah, and then no one would be out there during the daytime.
And that's how you know I ain't lying. People from New Orleans, when I tell them about them bugs everywhere, they know a nigga ain't lying though. They know I ain't lying. It's facts.
Yeah, but once the sun went down, when they said the freaks come out at night, those projects be lit up. People out there just having a ball.
But I remember as a kid, y'all took us to the French Quarters too, though.
Yes, French Quarters was one of the highlights of going there.
Yeah, I know.
So that we could walk and see the sights and have them hurricanes.
Yeah, but we was there as kids. That's what I'm saying. Like a lot of people go now and on their vacation, let's go to Mardi Gras. We was there as children, like little kids. I remember that.
Yeah, we attended Mardi Gras parades while we were there.
Yeah.
That was exciting and different. It's something they never experienced here in Columbus. But the Mardi Gras parades were awesome.
We been doing that.
Well, we could go out
Been doing it.
and mix with the people from New Orleans and get accustomed to their culture and stand on the corners and drink. I'm like, what? Drinking beer and just sharing with one another. That was some fun times. But that's one of the things that we did do with our kids is we tried to give them a little pleasure and a little joy as far as traveling.
Uh-huh.
So we would travel to New Orleans. We would always drive. We would take them to Six Flags. We would even.
Man, we've been to Six Flags so much, I won't even go no more, man. I can't. But we used to have good times at Six Flags, but we done been so much.
Freak night. But we couldn't afford it, so we would get those
Freak
cans.
night?
Yeah, the freaks, the Halloween.
Oh.
When they call it freak night, when they would like get you.
I'm thinking mama talking about some other shit. I'm like, freak night?
No, Halloween.
I'm like, hold up now. Mama, this is a family show.
You could give canned goods, like 10 canned goods, and you earn a ticket to Six Flags. So we would give canned goods and get enough tickets to go to Six Flags. But what we did is when we went places, not saying that we were wealthy because we weren't, but we was one of the families that would take coolers and we would take other people's kids that didn't have the opportunity to do those type things. And I remember when Chemo and them was small, as he said, I had cars that had tapes on the windows, tapes on the tail light, you name it. But
We get from A to B though.
when I said I'm going to take y'all to the zoo, or I'm going to take y'all to when the clown and all that come to Georgia,
Circus.
the circus. Don't tell nobody. I get home, my porch full of children. We went to the circus with kids sitting on the floorboard. The car was so packed.
Hey.
Yeah,
From
we
the
would do
hood.
that. From the hood.
From the hood.
Yeah, we went just that packed. But
The
we would go.
Bellwood. We from Bellwood.
Yeah, we would do that though. But I enjoyed, and what I learned in life, people think, I'm not going to say most people, but some people think it's the things that you buy for a child that means the most, but it's the things to me, it's the time you spend.
Yeah, it's the time you spend. Definitely.
Yeah. Yep. And that's what's the most important.
Yeah, that's how you create the bond.
Yep.
Gifts ain't gonna create no bond for you. But the kids nowadays so materialistic, the bond don't really mean nothing to them,
But some things that's going on with the kids, I know we always saying the children nowadays are this and the children nowadays are that, but it comes back to parenting. So we'll talk about that another time.
Yeah,
but a child is taught. You raise a child how
you're right. But
things go.
But let's clear this up because I don't want nobody to get misconstrued. It is the parenting, but like I said in the previous episode, you might have one parent in one household that ain't going for that shit, that really know what it is, and you might have another parent in a whole nother household where they actually live at that don't just allow anything. So that's where things go wrong. Just to be clear.
Yeah, and then that happens with being raised in different households. The father may be raised one way, the mother may be raised another, and then you got to come together and you got to collaborate as to what's best for this household.
It's all about structure.
Yeah, structure. So that foundation is important.
Uh-huh.
Now, when we was raising our kids, there were boundaries, just part of life. So they knew certain things they could and couldn't do as far as in the house. They had to ask for certain things because food was not abundant, but it was enough to be there. You couldn't just go in there and eat up all the snacks.
You remember we ate chicken. We ate chicken damn near every day.
You was fed.
Yeah, we was. But not realizing later on in life how much we love chicken. But when we was young, we ate chicken we got chicken tenders, fried chicken,
Baked chicken,
baked
barbecue
chicken, barbecue
boiled
chicken. Chicken. Man, you go up in our freezer, man, all you see in there was chicken. Where you used to get that chicken from? Because it used to be like the bags.
The meat house.
The meat house, okay. But now I wish you still had that meat. Not now because I don't eat meat. But when I was eating meat, I wish you still had that meat house plug because I could really use that at when I was
You
eating
can go
meat.
buy like 40 pounds of leg quarters and then just split them yourself and bag them. Back in the day, I could take $20 and feed y'all for a week.
Hey,
But I knew how to stretch that little money that I had.
I know.
You might have had chicken every day, just a different style of chicken.
We did. We thought we was going to turn into birds for a minute.
So true.
Man, Didi was like, man, they ain't got no damn hamburger meat.
Tuna, helping.
Tuna fish. We always love tuna fish.
Yes.
Tuna fish is good though.
Yeah, tuna fish is good. But I bought what I could afford.
Ribs, they say pork is bad for you, but I be lying. The smell of ribs make you want to eat some goddamn ribs,
Yes.
man. Why they say pork bad for you, or why is pork and it smells so damn good?
Can't tell you.
Ribs is hey man. The smell of ribs make you want to eat some ribs, man.
Yeah.
It really do.
Yeah, and Von Jean can cook some good ribs.
Hey,
God, you can throw that.
I might relapse in a minute. If Von Jean come up here, when we pull the grill out, you throw some ribs on it. Hey, Aunt Von Jean, you might make me relapse. Cause boy, the smell of ribs make a nigga want some ribs. Tell me, for real. You remember Top Hat Chicken?
Yes.
Top Hat Chicken.
Crazy bag, but some good chicken.
Ain't never had no chicken like Top Hat before in my life, still to this day. Can somebody please reopen Top Hat Chicken?
And then Sim's Cafe.
Sim's Cafe.
They're fish sandwiches.
Can somebody please reopen Sim's Cafe? What else we had? It was Top Hat, it was Sim's, we had something else too.
The Red Roof, where you get them fries you was talking about?
No, not Red Roof. Zeb's.
Zeb's.
But Von Jean said it's a Zeb's that's open down there. I rode in Uptown the other day when I was down there, and I rode by the old Zeb's, and it was closed down. You know, can somebody please bring Zeb's back? I'm talking about. You see this mat right here? Not this big, but just cut this little portion off right here. This portion, and the rest you get a tray of fries about this big for $1. Facts.
Yes.
Anybody from Bellwood, hit the like button if you know about Zeb's and getting that big tray of fries for the $1. 99 cents and be full.
Yeah.
And we used to steal tips off the table too. But it was some hunt people. You can go in there and steal tips. You know, people used to leave their tips on the table. You know, the waitress come and get it later. So you know, and there might be a $5 over here, it might be $3 right here, it might be $3 more over here, $5 over here. It's mine.
That's an example of children doing what they're not taught to do.
Yeah. We was little hood babies.
It was not taught to go around stealing,
No, we wasn't taught that.
but you did.
That stuff we did when we got amongst. It was fun to us though. It was just fun.
Yeah.
That's all. Just doing something like Daredevil type stuff.
That's part of being a parent, though. You, as your children get older and you sit around and listen to conversations, It's things that they've done that you're not aware of. And when I hear certain stories, I'm like, what?
But
What?
What was I want to know, because me and my mama never really talked about this, but I want to know. What was your mentality, or what was going through your mind that day you stayed home out of work and I went to school and you found that gun in my bedroom? What was going through your mind at that point?
I really don't know how I found that gun in
It was in my coat pocket.
And I guess I was cleaning up.
Yeah, you was cleaning up. Yeah, because I remember the coat. I left the coat on the door, but when I came home, the coat was in the closet hanging up. So I knew you had found it before I even started looking for it.
And then I put it out in the backyard.
Put it out in it. But I'm saying, but when you found that gun, like, what was going through your mind?
I didn't know what to do. I'm like, what is this gun doing in the house? So all I knew to do was to hide it outside because I didn't want you to get a hold to it. You didn't even need a gun. You shouldn't have had a gun in my house. That's what I'm saying. Children do things that you're not aware of, and you come across things or you hear things and like, what?
I shouldn't have had the gun in the house. I agree with that. But I did need the gun, even though it wasn't supposed to be in the house, but I needed it. You know, like you just said, like your kids get into certain things that you have no knowledge of, you know. So I was getting phone calls and things of that nature from some individual that I didn't know and didn't know how he looked or whatever the case may be. But we're going to keep it on a positive note. I did need it. And I was going to use it too. But I'm glad I didn't. Mama found that thing. Everything happened for a reason.
Yes, everything does happen for a reason. And then also raising them, even though I only had 2 kids, that house probably had 11 other kids that came through it. So he may not have never had a brother, but he had cousins and friends that was close to him like brothers. I say this to say parents that have close friends are like parents to your children when you're not around, whether you realize it or not. They will step in and correct them, guide them, and tell them what's right or what's wrong. If they're truly your friend and a parent, they will. They won't let that child just act any kind of way in their presence or do anything without. Back in my day, I don't know about current days because sometimes it doesn't go that way, but back in my day,
it ain't like that now.
Parents had the freedom to correct the child.
Right, not now. You try to correct the child now, you might end up in jail or dead, you know, because you say something to somebody else, child, the child can be completely 100% in the wrong. You try to correct that child, that might be your life on the line. You understand what I'm saying? Well,
it was different back then. We loved one another and understood and cared about each other's children and would not just let a child do or say anything in our presence. And we wouldn't abuse anyone's child. So we knew our limits. And
that's the way it should, and that's the way it still should be to this day. It still should be the same way. The village raised the kids, man. That's how we turned out the way we turned out. You know, I had some little things here and there, but at the core of it, you know, I was raised correct. I know right from wrong. I got morals and values, you know, all that. It's just certain things I don't do, certain places I don't go, and things of that nature. Like, we stand on things, you know, my generation. I had OGs in the hood that cared about what you did in the hood. They just not going to let you do anything. They see you doing something they going to straighten you up. They going to tighten you up like, no. You ain't got that now. You ain't got that no more. And that's a fact. It don't exist. Now, ain't the OGs nowadays, who they consider nowadays as OGs, they just dumb as the niggas out here doing dumb shit. So that era there is completely over with. You can't even call nobody no OG nowadays unless you talking about somebody from back in nowadays or beyond that. Not beyond, but past that. Now ain't no OGs. The OGs don't exist nowadays. And that's me saying that.
I know with Dee Dee, when I was teaching her certain things and she had friends, I would invite her friends to go to seminars or different little events so that they were getting the same information that she was getting, even though they weren't my child. They was hanging with her, and I tried to educate them as I educated her. Being a mother at an early age, I started teaching my daughter at an early age about life in itself. So I tried to develop a different path for her, whereas I may never been talked to, or the things of life may never been shared with me, but I hung with older girls, so I knew things that I shouldn't know. So I made sure I taught my child as a child. But then I also tried to educate her friends, so that when her friend had a baby, the friend would be out on the weekends, and Didi would be at home babysitting.
Who that friend was?
Nikki.
Oh, Nikki.
When Nikki
Well,
had
shout
her
out to
first
Nikki.
little baby, Didi would like to babysit on the weekends, and I would let Didi babysit. And then the baby would holler, because back then they thought the baby was cute. All you got to do is put him in a little stroller, dress him up, and just roll him around. That's all there is to it. No.
It's more than that.
Babies holler at night. Sometimes they sick and they don't sleep well or whatever. So I let Didi, like a couple of weekends,
More than
and
that.
she'd come downstairs and I'm like, Mama, will you come and get that baby? I told her, nope. I said, where the mama?
It's more than that.
I said, you at home babysitting and the mama gone. See, but I did that to allow her to understand and to see that it was more to having a child than just pushing them around in a stroller and dressing them up. And then that deterred her and helped her. So I used opportunities to teach her, to help her friend, but also to teach her different routes of life. But I also eventually I am going to be a mentor for teens.
Oh, okay. I thought you were talking about eventually you're going to be like a damn caregiver or something for children. Like open
No, I want to be a mentor.
daycare. But you say you going eventually you're going to do what now?
I want to be a mentor, a motivational speaker for teens, for women as a whole. I've experienced some things in life that I think that if I shared that experience with others, it would help them in their lives. Those that are ready and willing to move forward, because there's nothing to holding you back but ourselves. So if we realize that we are our worst enemy, but we can also change that too.
We are our worst enemy. He ain't never lied when you said that. Say that again.
Yeah, but when I say we, I mean individual.
Yeah.
I am my worst enemy.
Right. That's what I'm
Yeah.
That's what I'm talking about.
So-
We are our worst enemy.
Once I learned to make different decisions and to change my mind and to do things in a way that was positive and that would take me in a different direction and associate with different people to learn different things, I began to change.
You could be in a situation that's totally beneficial for you and the other person you in the situation with, or just in a situation that's beneficial for you, period. And your mentality will take you out of that situation. You know what I mean? So, and that's just one example. But we definitely are our worst enemies.
Yeah.
We get inside our own mind, we get inside our own head, and then next thing you know, like, hey, it is what it is, though.
Yeah. But the reason I would want to be a mentor is words spoken cannot be erased.
It can't.
Once it passed your mouth, people hear it over and over and over. That's why I try not to speak when I'm angry.
They do.
Be careful what you say.
Right.
But things can be spoken and it could give life, and it also can give death to a situation.
Exactly.
So if you choose your words wisely and choose your environment, you can change whatever the situation
I'm
is.
guilty of that. I keep it a bean. Matter of fact, and like I told somebody the other day, I keep it 2 beans. I'm guilty of that. Can't sit here and act like I'm an angel. I'm guilty of just that, what you're speaking on. My words has damaged some things in life. And, you got to learn to not do those things.
I learned that at an early age. In the 2nd grade, I was told I couldn't read. And that impacted my life from 2nd grade all the way through college. But then I wind up with a job that all I do is read.
Yeah.
So,
Give it up for that.
but it's just certain things sometimes you're just unable to get past until you learn how to figure it out, that just because somebody spoke it doesn't make it so. See,
Right.
but it was spoken to me and I believed it. And it handicapped me throughout my life, but it didn't stop me. But it still had an impact on my life. So that's the reason I would want to be a mentor to individuals, to let them know that no matter where you are in life, you can continue to move forward if you want to.
Got to.
Yep.
Hey, man. You heard it here first. I ain't gonna say you heard it here first. You just hearing it from mama right now. You know, I like people that drop jewels and wisdom and knowledge on people. You know, that's mama all day. You learn a lot from mama, man. You need to start you a channel because you got so much information. The people need to know. You know, educate your people and put them on the, you know, each one teach one. So I feel like if you start something, it'll grow because the information that you got, the knowledge and the wisdom that you got, people cling on to it. So it's another avenue.
Yeah, thank you.
Travel. You need me to fix your background for you, holla at me. Because I did pretty good on mine.
Yeah,
I got you.
Very creative. I always have been.
I enjoyed my mother. This the most I've been able to see you in years. You know, mama live in New York. And she been down here for how long you been down here now?
3 months.
3 months. Mama been down here for the past 3 months. But you about to get ready to go back to New York on the 22nd of May. I gotta get one more meal out of you before you go.
Okay, I'm here this week, so I'll cook for you.
No, I just want the not like you did last time. I just want the bean thing that you cooked last time.
Okay.
What that called?
Field peas.
The field peas and with the okra. I want the okra in there.
Okay.
I can't say the dressing. Well, I want some of the dressing so bad, man. It got chicken in it though. That mama make the best dressing on the planet. Anybody want to contest that? Want to put your money where your mouth at? Want to bet that? My mama make the best dressing in the United States. Willing to put any amount of bread behind it. Anybody want to hit my email? My email is moprice88@gmail.com. You want to put your bread up and contest what I just said? Mama make the best dressing in the U.S. Facts. Stand on that. But I'm trying to see what else that I want you to cook for me before you leave. It's something. I'll think of it. I'll let you know. It's something else that I want, though. Oh, shout out to Grandma Ye. Mama cook.
Yeah, I enjoy cooking.
The things you used to cook, used to bake those little steaks. What they was? The little.
They just called the little steak.
But they used
like
to just.
ribeye with soy sauce
They just
and
fall.
Worcestershire sauce, and just let them bake in the oven. And when you touch them, they just
fall apart.
so good.
Come on, son. Come on, son. You got anything you want to talk about?
No, that's it.
Hey, man, with that being said, you know it's Mother's Day. We started out the episode congratulating all the mothers and shouting out my mother, playing the song that I made for my mother. And I gave my pops props in that song as well. But now we're going to get to the other end of the Mother's Day. We're not going to say no names. But this is about one of the mothers, too. One of my kids' mothers. Yeah. When you hear, you know what it is. But happy Mother's Day to all.
Happy Mother's Day to all mothers, and thank you for tuning in.
Yeah. So let's get into it. This Mother's Day too. Let's go. Oh, yay. Live life, baby. This got something to do with Mother's Day too.
I still remember the first time I laid eyes on you. Sitting at the bar drinking alone. I sat down beside you and said, hey, how you doing? You gave a smile and told me that you were fine. I introduced myself, then asked what you sipping on. And told the sounding so sweet on the other end. For several hours, talked on the phone. Yeah, told me you was born in D.C., but for years been living in Georgia. When you got here, you was only 19. Yeah, ain't at the moment, and goddamn, you done growed up. Beautiful with a style so fly. Yeah, we had a lot of things in common. Most important, we were vibing good and made plans to see each other again. Yeah, shot me a text and said you out front. Open the door, I was like, oh my God. Got up the car, strut looking so fine. Yeah, I said come on in and then our boys drinks. Sat engaged in each other's eyes. Your body language, it was talking to me. Yeah, headed to the bedroom. I was thinking, damn, it might go down. Turn on some slow jams, turn off the lights. Yeah, after started kissing, and you had the softest lips. Laid on the bed and begin to make love. Baby, I always knew that one day you would be mine. Fast forward time, my lady. I'm loving you, still feeling new. You're so divine, one of a kind, my baby. I always knew that one day you would be mine. Fast forward time, my lady. I'm loving you, still feeling new. You're so divine, one of a kind.
Big facts. True story. Mo Price, right there. Produced by Mo Price. Yeah. I'm underrated, man. I promise you. I'm underrated, man. That's okay, though. Some stuff go over people's head. I'm underrated. That was by me, produced by me. Thank you, Mama, for joining me.
Thank you for having me again.
Happy Mother's Day again.
Thank you, thank you, thank you.
I love you once again.
I love you
as
more.
everybody already knows. Shout out to everybody. Happy Mother's Day to everybody. And with that being said, thank you for joining in to the Mother's Day edition with Mama Price, as I like to call it. It's Mama Price. But it's Mama Price, Mama Kaya, Mama Kanji. Yeah. Thanks for tuning in. Thanks for giving me your time. Hit the like button. If you ain't gonna subscribe, at least hit the like button, man. It's free to subscribe, man. It costs you nothing to hit the like button, man. Show some support. I support. If you don't want to support, fine. No hard feelings. It is what it is, and it's gonna be what it's gonna be. Got anything you want to say, Mama?
Nope, I just want to once again say Happy Mother's Day to all mothers out there. And I hope you tune in and learn to enjoy these podcasts because they're very informative and informational.
Happy Mother's Day to Nobi. Happy Mother's Day, Nobi. Happy Mother's Day. Let's say Mother's Day. Happy Mother's Day, Dee Dee. Happy Mother's Day, Jenny. Happy Mother's Day, Regina. My Aunt Lynn, Happy Mother's Day. Toya, Happy Mother's Day. Verna Jean, Happy Mother's Day. Toya's daughter, Kiara, Happy Mother's Day, Kiara. Say Angie. I did. Angie and Keela, Happy Mother's Day.